Did you have to put a lot of training time in?
Yes. In high school, it was every day after school for about maybe 3 hours, and in college, it was I think 3 or 2 days of the week at night. So I had to kind of plan accordingly to make sure I got my studying done a little bit, before I got to play. So it's good exercise. So I think it's worth it.
Yeah. Very good.
Did you have any other things you did for fun other than that, or was that mostly your life since you were so good at it?
It was a good chunk of my life. A lot of my friends that I met are from there. But no, I was able to do a lot of extracurriculars as well. And to me, that's a lot of fun.
Good.
So it's not work at all. Just being in, helping other students out, or just being with other students who want the same kind of goals. I also went out to eat a lot in San Diego and went downtown. So it was a lot of fun. I think I eventually learned how to balance a little bit
Good,
better.
and that's important. It really
Mhm.
is important, actually.
Yeah, because I don't think getting grades is enough for me to be happy, getting like a 4.0 or something, as opposed to never having friends or going out and experiencing what SD has to offer. So.
Were you a leader in the realm of badminton? Because I think optometry is more than just seeing patients. You're a leader as well. You wanted to be a CEO, so that's
Right.
part of the definition of being a leader. Did you pick up any leadership skills, either from doing badminton or anything else you've done?
Yeah, in high school, I was no leader in my freshman year, but then eventually, knowing a little bit more about badminton and how the team works, during my junior and senior year, I became captain. So I was co-captain for, I think we had about 100 or like between 80 and 100 students who were interested in badminton, and to kind of control the whole gang, we had to kind of be strict.
Okay.
And you had to make sure that they respected you in a way, but still be friendly at the same time, because if they don't respect you, then they won't do what you say. They won't practice this way, or they won't condition this way to keep themselves ready for game time. And I kind of brought that with me toward my high school years of being leadership too. I was president of Interact Club,
Okay.
and also vice president of my school, ASB, and then kind of brought that into college as well at UCSD. Did a little less, but was in student government and also in H&P3. So just some leadership positions that helped me expand, how to interact with people, how to deal with difficult situations. I think that it definitely helped.
That's very good, actually.
Yeah.
No, good experience.
So tell me a little bit about yourself that, we didn't really get to, or we didn't really know about you, but you're like, I'm dying, I need to tell these guys about myself.
Okay. I had an experience with my first internship at an optometry practice. I was this bright-eyed person really wanting to know what optometry was about, and I didn't know if it was really for me because I was just starting out, but the manager of the private practice, he told me that I have something that not a lot of students have. You can have the books, you can have the intelligence, you can learn things, but the personality or the passion that you have for something, that's something I have. I didn't believe him, but he's like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna call you gung ho, and I was like, wait, what does that mean? And he's like, GH, I'm gonna call you that because it seems like when you came here, this is exactly what you want to do. You're in it for the long run, and so that kind of inspired me that he can see that, and so maybe I do have that's what I strive for. Always being passionate about what I do, and so.
I agree. That's a
Yes.
big portion of it,
Yeah.
and I see it in you as well.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have any questions for us?
I do actually. Can I?
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
Mhm.
So one of them is, so if I were to have to choose between two schools, why should I choose S.C.C.O over the other one?
Some things that I would say from experience, when the students graduate here, they're very confident. I've noticed that. I've worked overseas in Australia. I've worked at other schools as well. And these students are very confident. Another thing I think stands out here, The faculty are very accessible and they work very hard to make sure that you pass the courses and do well. And the college also has a lot of background activities to help students. For example, the faculty, when they give their midterm tests, are always watching to see that you're doing well. They want to help you out all along through your course. Those would be the main things I can think of.
Oh, I totally agree, because SCCO is a relatively small school, so we can keep an eye on you. You can't hide from us. If you're in academic trouble, we'll find out.
Oh, no.
And we will do everything we can to make you a successful student, just like what Dr. Stark said. There are so many different levels. I think we can get you tutors, we can get you mentors, we have office hours. We have all kinds of different things that'll definitely get you there. The other nice thing is, based on what I just said, we don't have graduate students teaching any of the courses. We teach the lectures, we teach the labs, we're the same people you see in the clinic as well. So we know you from the first day you're here to the last day, and we don't call it the last day because we're going to see you. It's a small profession, pretty much for the rest of your life. So we're like a family here, actually.
So you guys are
And
like,
that's a big portion.
mentors. That's good.
Other things I'll touch on as well, because I agree with Dr. Starr. You come out of here very confident because you have a very well-balanced education. You cover everything. Even on the first day of school, you're pretty much going to run through the clinic already. We're going to put you through there because this is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. Because of that, we want you to see how it runs from a perspective of a first day. And then throughout the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, you're going to see patients. You're going to see patients in your second year already.
That's exciting.
And so that's going to make a big difference. And I would say that one other strength we have is the fact that we give you a lot of time to study for the board exams. And that might be one of the reasons why we usually do pretty well. We're above national average pretty much every single year. And we give you a month off to study for part one. And there's a tutoring service that we don't provide, but it's from an outside company, but we do give you the opportunity to participate in that. We give you the time off, and then you have the entire month to prepare for it, exactly. So I think we try our best to make you a successful student, and we listen to you, because every time you have problems, we are small enough that we can make changes pretty rapidly.
That's good. Another one was about success for outside. I hear that you have a really good practice management program here. So instead of just learning the clinical aspects, it kind of helps you out in the real world. Is that correct?
Yeah.
We have a good, we actually have I won't say good, a great program, because we start you from the first year. We teach you, like you said, you have an interest in business. We teach you a lot of the business skills. We want you to go out there and be leaders of the community. We want you to be successful. We want you to have that $1 million practice, or whatever practice you dream yourself to being in. We want to give you those skills, actually. Not only that, we incorporate a lot of different things so that you can do it in any state. It doesn't have to be just California.
Okay.
We give you all the skills necessary to build a practice in Idaho, in Texas, in Oklahoma. We are going to get you all those skills.
Something else I was just thinking about there too, we have the formal practice management courses, but there are also other activities. There's a practice management club, and also the students sometimes arrange a Saturday or a Sunday where they get a lot of practitioners from different fields, and there's networking opportunities there too.
Oh, okay. Just like at UCSD, they have like a big networking, and then you just go in and talk to doctors.
Yeah,
Correct. And then there's one more thing that happened about 2-3 years ago. S.C.C.O. hired an optometrist out there that comes in and has one-on-one appointments with students to go over their numbers, tell them if this is a good practice of eye, what kind of negotiating skills, all of that.
Good.
And he is available on campus to talk. He's usually very busy in their graduation while the fourth years, but he's definitely here a lot to talk to second years and third years about planning to go into practice, actually.
That sounds really good, because outside world seems really scary, but it seems like S.C.C.O. prepares me really well. So I'm excited. Thank you.
I think one other thing I want to mention, just in case, we do send a lot of students out on residencies. We have top-notch students, and a lot of residency programs out there look for top-notch students, and they know that S.C.C.O. provides the types of students that they're looking for. So if you're ever interested in not going into the outside world, and you're like, you know what, I want to specialize in something, I think S.C.C.O. would be a good choice to help you get into
Are they
those
about
programs.
a year?
They're about a year after graduation, and you get to pick your specialty of choice, and we send people all across the country to different programs, and they come back telling us they're such rewarding programs. And a lot of the program directors tell us that we've got some pretty good students out there as well.
Well, I think that's all the questions I have.
Well, thank you very much for coming in. Nice
And
meeting you.
yeah, also always know Student Affairs is there to answer any other questions you might have when you think about them. And also, if you keep on connecting with your friends here and Facebook, you can find out more information too. A lot of students find that helpful.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Nice to meet you. When do you travel back home? Today? or-
I'm gonna explore a little bit
Oh,
here,
good.
see what, maybe go to Disneyland.
Oh.
And then probably go back home a little bit,
Okay.
visit family.
Well, cool. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.